let's jump into it, fellas. The biggest thing, in sports since the last time that we had this show, I wasn't here, but you guys kind of discussed leading up to it. But NBA Finals, man, Game 6, the Warriors finished off the Celtics. Were you surprised in the fashion? It didn't. I mean, the Celtics got off out to a little lead, but after that, it seemed like Golden State pretty much controlled the game. You all surprised how that game unfolded? Coach T, I'm starting with you.
No, sir. I thought it wasn't going to be close at all, like at no part. You know what I'm saying? I knew Golden State in 6. Two really good teams, and it just came down to like one team's far superior. I know you like kind of hated on the greatness of this Warriors team and said they couldn't beat other champions. Well, luckily they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? They got past the Celtics and they did what they're supposed to do. Steph got his MVP. Steph got another ring without KD. So yeah, I thought the Warriors did a great job. And I love that they built a team, and they didn't go out and buy and trade and sell. I thought it was good for basketball.
Yeah, that's both teams in that championship game. They kind of teams that's built, from their own resources. You got to respect that. And you're right, man. I was a little hard on the Warriors. I don't think I was that hard. Well, I don't think I was that hard on them because I did say I thought they was going. I pretty much conceded they would probably win the finals. Like, what I'm saying? I said I had them winning the finals. I thought it would go 7. I let G convince me. Unfortunately, I started with 6. You run that tape. I was like Golden State in 6. And I heard G. Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll do the 7. But I was tripping. But what I realized, bro, watching that finals, right? Like the Celtics, bro. I don't want to say they were one of the worst finals teams of all time because I don't think they're the worst finals teams of all time. No. But let me just ask you this, right? If John Stockton and Karl Malone had to play that Celtics team, do you think they would have had the championship? If that's who they had to see face coming out of the West?
No, I think they would have lost.
I think they would have swept the boys. I think they would have swept the boys, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If Gary Payton and them boys with the Sonics, were coming out the West and had to play those Celtics, you think they win?
No, bro. First of all, Marcus Smart can check Karl Malone.
Hell no, you tripping.
What?
Crazy as hell.
Yes.
You crazy as hell. You crazy, bro. Karl Malone get that man work. What I'm saying is, bro, I don't know. Maybe the Celtics are that team, and we'll see in the next few years. But I think they're just. I don't think they are where that finals appearance made them seem. Don't forget, Chris Middleton got hurt, right? You know what I mean? They faced the first round, Nets in the first round, right? And the Nets were kind of, iffy, right? I mean, we weren't really.
I mean, some of y'all on here said they were going to come out the East, though.
We thought they could win. Yeah, we thought they could come out the East, but at the same time, it was like as soon as you saw that series from game 1, it was like, hold up, what's up with KD? What's up? We were talking about it on the show every day.
You got to those though.
But I think that's the best. That's the most impressive win for me. The Celtics winning that series. I mean, that in the playoffs is that sweep of KD. That's impressive as hell. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I just don't think they're that great of a team, and the Warriors got the chip. So all respect to them, man. But G, what do you think about the Warriors championship? You think where are you starting to kind of how are you starting to view this Warriors team as far as like ranking them?
And where we ranking them and who against who?
Well, just as far as like dynasties go, I mean, we've seen the Spurs in our lifetime, right? We've seen the Lakers, we've seen the Bulls, like, you know what I mean? Like, where you think this Warriors team is one of those? They're definitely one of those now, right?
And the hater rate in me is like telling me to say no. I will rank them behind the Miami team, and my ranking will be the Bulls, the Spurs, the Lakers, and then that Miami team.
Okay.
And then I'll say Golden State because Golden State is be realistic. So Andrew Wiggins was a product of Golden State, or was he not traded?
Well, Andrew Wiggins was a guy who had a lot of talent, was the number 1 overall pick or whatever in the draft, but he was a guy that people were along the lines of saying that he was a bust, and he revived his career with Golden State with a winning culture. So I think something needs to be said for the culture that's created within Golden State.
But you telling me these Golden State guys who were going to beat LeBron James Wade and Bosh.
I mean that LeBron James, Wade, and Bosh team. How many championships did they win? They're supposed
2.
to win
And they
3,
win
4, 5,
four.
6, 7, right? That's what
Nah, but
LeBron
let's
said,
be
right?
realistic. They won them 4. They won them 4. They lost 2. They won 2. Nah, fuck all that extra shit. You
So
think
they
that
won. So they
this is
won
much?
2. So they won 2. So they won
Okay,
2.
those.
Steph
So
Curry
those
already
2
has 4
against.
championships, brother,
Okay, 2 with KD and 2 without him. So let's count the ones
and
without
he's still
KD.
going. And he's
And
still
the
going.
ones without KD,
Hey, I feel
nah,
you
bro,
though,
I'm not
G.
about to fuck out of here.
I do
Nah,
feel
fuck
you.
out of here.
I know what you're
And he's
getting
not
at.
better. He's not better than that Miami. That team is not better than that Miami
So
team. Fuck no.
how come? So first of all, Steph Curry won a championship without KD, and then he won some with KD.
One.
All
He
right,
won
well
two
that
now.
Miami Heat team was a byproduct of a super
And,
team
and you
combination.
got Bryce talking about how this is the worst ball. This is the worst NBA champion team. The worst team, the worst Boston team to ever go to the finals. The worst final team ever. So
I,
now
And
we're
he
going.
talking out.
And now we're
I
gonna
said
talk
they
like.
not. I said they probably not the worst finals. I don't think they're the
No, you just
finals team
said they're
ever.
like the worst finals team ever. Like fuck.
I don't think they're the worst finals team ever.
Talking
But
out
I
the
feel like
side of
there's
the
some
neck.
teams that could beat them, bro.
So now we're gonna talk, man. No, because the Miami team went against the Spurs, and that Spurs is a fucking. That's an amazing dynasty in my mind.
Yo, first of all, you asked me the question. I'm gonna answer the question for you, right? Was I surprised that Golden State won in 6? Nah, because we didn't run the tape. I didn't cut the tape, but I'll run it anyway. Here's a repeat. I said it was going to be Golden State in 6, and then here it is, Golden State in 6. Then not only was I feeling so confident in it, I even called Geraldo on the day of and told him and reminded him that it was going to be Golden State in 6, and I was going to lay down my rent money to prove it, and I did. Now I got twice my rent money. Thank you, Steph Curry, for paying my rent. That's what greatness will do for you, bro. And that's what confidence in what's going down is. And it was a risk-free bet, yes. But at the end of the day, I knew Golden State was going to get it done in Game 6. If they didn't get it done in Game 6, I was going to double down on Game 7, man. Golden State is legit, man. And the reason that they're better than a team like the Heat is a terrible comp because, like, all right, the Heat was just really a super team. They got together. They should have won more than 2. Just like the Celtics that with Pierce and them should have won more than 1. So at the end of the day, this is now essentially the 3rd formation of this Golden State team. And it seems like they're going to win more chips. So Steph Curry's now got 4 and counting. So now the next question is, how many does LeBron have? And is he going to be on that level? Is he going to eventually? Could he catch Jordan? If he catches Jordan with 6 rings, now what we talking about here? And I think if you want to compare from dynasty, the only dynasty that's comparable to the Warriors would be the Spurs because of the longevity of the eras.
The Bulls.
I mean, the Bulls were only good because you can compare the Bulls because
Bulls definitely, bro.
Bulls
The Bulls definitely they're the ideal. They one of the ideals. I say the Lakers too, but we talking just recently. I don't want I listed though. Definitely, I'd say the Spurs are like Golden State's up there with the Spurs at this point. I mean, you got to give it to them.
Why are you killing my man Steph for winning rings with KD? How many rings LeBron got without D Wade?
1.
No, wait,
Wait,
two.
Yeah,
He won with Cleveland and he won with LA.
Yeah, 2.
Oh yeah, I feel you. 2 and 2.
He has 2 without D Wade. Who D Wade had a ring before LeBron got there.
Yeah.
So
Damn, I forgot who I'm talking to. Fuck.
We're not killing LeBron, bro. 4 rings is 4 rings. That's crazy. And like you said, and counting. Like, come on, bro. Jordan Poole can still hoop. Wiggins can hoop. I think we're going to see a better Clay next year. The only piece that might be slowing down some maybe is Draymond. And they don't even need Draymond to be that Draymond that he used to be. He can be this year's Draymond, the enforcer, the glue guy. We got Wiggins. I mean, that team could run off 2 more.
There's way more tides that are rising than falling, bro. At the end of the day, you got Wiggins. He's going up. Poole going up. You ask me, Poole was a big part of the momentum swing that happened in that game.
Looney going up.
Looney is a dog. I don't know. I hope they can retain. Hope they can retain Looney. Kuminga barely played, and nobody talking about they got James Wiseman on ice. All right, so they're gonna win another championship. The question is how many more.
Bro, it's not unrealistic to think that this team could be in at least 2 out of the next 3 to 4 finals. Because the West is in kind of a state of disarray where unless Ja Morant goes, I don't know, Super Saiyan 3, I can't see him lifting Memphis. Jokic and Murray, I don't know if they can get it done. But like that's a good combination. But
Right.
I can't see LeBron making another run. I really think it's Steph's West Coast now.
Yeah, I mean, I think y'all might be on to something right now. How fortunate were the Warriors, man, to have that the injury plagued season. In hindsight, I mean, you end up with basically a couple lottery picks on your squad now, and Kuminga and Wiseman, and it just looks like they're gonna be able to keep retooling. Jordan Poole gonna get a bag. Wiggins looking like the guy that we thought he was coming
Right.
out. You know what I mean? And we'll see. We'll see how many. Talking about they could be in 3 of the next 4 finals. That's bold. That's very bold.
Now,
You ask me.
think about this, right? Even if you don't, even if you don't want Wiseman, right? You got enough pieces where you could move Wiseman or Peyton
Yeah.
or Kuminga maybe, but definitely Wiseman and Peyton have a little value. Poole has a ton of value, but like they can move guys and bring in veteran assets to say, hey, come ride with my man Steph. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Collect your ring.
Yeah, it's real. That's real. And
Yeah, but I
Steph
don't think
Curry,
that's the
man.
route, though, personally. But I think they should ride with the continued organic roster that they created and try to maintain as much of it as they can. In addition to Wiggins, I think Wiggins is a key to the next elevation.
So we're gonna
Nah,
say
that's a
that the
fact.
West got a choke full of the finals from now on out.
Nah, we ain't saying that, but I'm saying in the next 5 years, there's a good chance they make it at least 3, like half 50-50, good chance they make it any given year. So maybe they make it in the next 5, they might make it the next 3, but they're gonna be around for the next 5, guarantee it. Steph
We'll see
Curry's still
though.
gonna be
We'll see.
great.
I'm
He's still
not.
gonna be great. And the rest of these young boys is only getting better. So eventually them boys it's gonna be like the picture where they got the Ninja Turtles and Master Splinter and they walking them to the John. Eventually, the young boy is going to be carrying Steph Curry to the finish line.
I agree with you, Scott.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm that high on those young guys that they have to think
Bruh,
that.
I am. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole, bruh. Jordan Poole is an all time. He a key piece for this team, and I think he's going to end up being I think he's got the pieces of being.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell you started off with there.
I
I
think
heard all time. I heard Jordan Poole is an all
He
time.
just had a whole chopper moment. I think happiness is like, my man mouth gave up half sentence.
All right,
All
my bad.
time,
I ain't gonna say all time great. I ain't gonna say all time great, but he definitely Jordan Poole has star potential.
Okay,
If you
He's a
look
star.
at
I'll buy that.
the numbers, Jordan Poole shot better than Steph. To me, lets me know like if given more value, he probably would have, you know what I'm saying, been more productive. But
Oh, I'll say this. Eventually, Jordan Poole's gonna be the captain of that ship.
yeah, I don't
We'll
know.
see, man. We'll see. We'll see, bro. Or Jordan Poole will be the eventual trade chip you speak of. You know what I mean? And they'll bring a big fish in and use someone like Jordan Poole to reel in a big fish. Because that's what you do to Jordan Poole. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really committed to these next 4 or 5 years to get the Warriors, like bro, you seen how they had to replace Iguodala, right? You know what I'm saying? They had to replace that. They had to replace. You see how they had to replace Harrison Barnes, right? They had to replace that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have to keep replacing and replacing. And the question is, will they once it's time to replace that original core? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Steph's the last domino to fall. But if Draymond's that first domino that got to fall, how is that going to work? You know what I'm saying? How is it going to work when Steve Kerr has to come to Draymond and say, "Look, we're cutting you. You know, we're trading you." Or you know what I'm saying? Like, because when that moment comes, then now they got to replace one of the big chips. And I think we saw in this run that Draymond's still a dog. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's the one, like
Oh
P
yeah,
mentioned earlier, that's probably
yeah.
closest to you know, to falling off the hill a little bit.
Draymond was critical as well in that game 6.
He
And
was.
shout out B. You got that's a good line right there. I was gonna say they've been splashing so much that they created a pool. I mean, there's a whole pool over there. Pool parties or something.
Can we agree that when Draymond retires, he's going to be a great NBA coach? I think he's going to
I
be.
can see that.
I
I
don't
can see
know.
that. Or he'll be a good analyst. I think Draymond will be good at either though.
I don't see him being.
I don't know.
Draymond bring the energy.
I feel like he's a
But
better coach.
let's
I
get
don't think
in.
he's a coach.
He can't be no worse than Paul Pierce.
I like Paul Pierce on the telecast. Paul Pierce, my dog though. That's my dog. But so back to the finals, man. Now we're in an interesting situation though, and Scruff mentioned it a little bit. Steph Curry is he's at a place right now where few NBA players ever get. He's at a place where he's compared. He's no longer compared with, you know, just the point guards anymore. We're no longer talking about is Steph a top 10 point guard of all time? Is Steph a top 5 point guard of all time? We're talking about is Steph a top 10 player at this point because he put himself in, rare company with this fourth chip. So my question for you guys, man, is like, where does Steph rank right now? You know what I mean? Like, where is he at? What do y'all? How are y'all feeling about that? All right,
Undisputed
all
top
right.
10.
Top 10 all time.
Top 10 all time. He's undisputed top 10. In addition to that, I know people love to have styles with their point guards, but this man is a point guard. He's one of the all-time winningest point guards in the game, and I'm willing to say that he's the best point guard of all time.
Best of all time from Scrub. Damn,
Best
going
point
hard.
all time.
Best
Over
point
Magic?
guard of all time.
I
What?
don't think he's better than Magic.
He
That's
ain't
Personally.
better
fair.
than Magic.
That's fair, but he's in the conversation. We can talk about it.
Yeah, I think Magic the best. Magic, they
How many
both
rings
changed the
Magic
game.
got?
5, right?
All
Yeah, he
right,
got
well,
5.
Steph will be there soon. We'll talk about it next year.
You saying they gonna repeat? You saying Steph's gonna
No, I'm
repeat?
saying that Magic Johnson's not playing basketball anymore, and Steph Curry is. That's all.
Yeah, Steph could get 6 rings. I still think Magic Johnson was better, bro. I'm
I
sorry.
think Steph might end up with 6 or more. I think 6 is a good
Man,
number, though.
Steph might not be in the 10, man. When I thought I wanted to put Steph above Larry Bird, but and Larry had a lot of talent around him, same as Steph. But when I looked at Larry numbers, bro, you come into the league averaging 20 in the 70s. You finished your career in the 90s averaging 20, 10, and 7.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I mean, it would take Steph another ring for me to consider him even cracking the top 10.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Mm.
fair. That's fair. But
So why is it taking so many rings for him to crack your top 10 when I'm sure there's guys in your top 10 without that many rings?
I feel like those other guys were a little bit more dominant, a little bit more, well, a little bit less other player dependent. You know what I'm saying? Those guys were franchises. When we saw Steph by himself, he didn't look like a franchise. That's
Okay.
that's my takeaway. He needed
They
help.
got Wiseman. Remember, they got Wiseman Steph by himself.
Okay, and I feel that T. I feel that. I do think a lot of people when it comes to the Steph Curry conversation, I'm hearing a lot of people feel like the bar is raised for Steph. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Yeah,
ever good enough. No matter what he does, not ever good enough. But I think T makes a good point. Is like you might think it maybe a part of it is because you think of that Warriors team more as a team. We might really be looking at that Warriors team more like we looked at that Detroit Pistons team, but they just got like the Detroit Pistons. They would have just kept winning. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's how people are looking at them, and because of that, it makes you overlook what Steph is doing a little bit. 'Cause I think
but
he's creeping into my top 10. I tried to rank it, and T like you, I had trouble getting him under that 10th spot because of Larry Bird and because of like, damn, I'm like, damn, is Steph better than like Wilt Chamberlain, bro? I'm
but
like,
Bryce
nah,
though, my thing is
I don't
though,
think
if
so.
if if the team is if you think that the Warriors is a great team, then shouldn't he get a little bit credit for the fact that he is the point guard of that team, he's the leader of that team, he's the part of that culture creator aspect of that team. So I feel like that's part of the greatness, the influence of Steph Curry
yeah, but when we saw him by himself, they were literally the worst.
versus a Larry Bird who literally, that's been a franchise. It was a winning franchise when Larry Bird came, and it was a winning franchise when Larry Bird left. Matter of fact, they were in the championship this year, and Larry Bird wasn't on the team. So I can't say the same about the Warriors, but you know what I mean. That's all I'm saying. And
I mean,
there's a level of greatness to that. There's a level of greatness of being like carried by your tradition, and there's a level of greatness of creating a tradition.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, and this is just eyeball test, right? Um, and I didn't get to see much of Larry Bird, if any, that I can remember. But I know what his peers say, and I hear what Steph's peers say about him. But I watch what happens in the game. Those guys are not afraid of Steph. Like they know that he can shoot. They know that he can really shoot it. They know that, you know what I'm saying, he can make magic happen from time to time. When he gets hot, he's hard to stop. But that's most of the guys in the league. But on the flip side, when they got the ball, they're going at Steph's throat. Like, they're looking for the matchup. They're looking to get Steph on them. I don't think anybody in that top 10 teams game plan to get on the score, if that makes sense.
But can you outlast him in the game of daggers? Can you outlast the ultimate dagger thrower? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Right.
Hey yo,
that's gay.
nah, man. Just
This
keep doing what you do,
dude
man.
Drake and Beyonce got you different, bro. The game with daggers.
Hey yo.
But you know what I'm saying.
Know what you mean, though, Scrub.
That's what I'm like. Yo, I was like trying to figure out. Like, I know that's not gay. I was like, what?
Yeah, y'all boys
No.
hilarious. Hey, but all right, Scrub. So I feel you, man. Like, end of the day, Steph Curry has got to get his credit as being one of the best players all time, bro. It is what it is. He's one of the best players of all time. But
Top 15, but not top
But
10.
not including him in your top 10 doesn't necessarily mean he's not one of the greatest players of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because like
No, of course.
there's some guys that I can make some real arguments for, and when I hold him up to Steph, I really gotta be like, yo, like, all right, so like he's not. All right, let's go through it, fellas. I want to get consensus, right?
There's gonna be
Kareem.
throw out the obvious.
Is he better than Kareem?
No.
I say no. T says no. So panel says no. 3-1. Scruff looking like he wanted to say he better than Kareem, but 3-1, bro. All right. Okay. Cool. Is he better than LeBron?
Nah,
I say no.
No.
but it's close.
Yeah, all right, bro. You bugging the fuck out of here, bro.
Nah, you
I say
bugging
no.
the fuck out of here.
Fuck-
Nigga,
you
they
All right.
don't-
What do
bugging
you
the
say?
fuck outta here.
Hold on.
Fuck outta here. You trying to-
We're not going to debate it. We're not going to debate. We just want to get the votes. T, what do you say?
He is not
Oh man.
better than LeBron.
All right. So is he better than Kobe? I say no.
No.
Nah, but
All right. Is he better than Shaq? I say no.
No.
no. But what's the count right now? Where we count? We
Bro,
at
we're
five?
about at like we're about 5 or 6, bro.
We're at 5. All right, we're good. I'm good with this count so
All
far.
right, and I haven't even
Jordan,
got it.
go ahead,
I
go
haven't,
ahead,
even,
throw
I, haven't
Jordan
even,
out
I haven't even got deep yet for real. Pause.
Oh, the game of death.
No, that's good.
Hey, yo. All right, listen. Tim Duncan. Is he better than Tim Duncan?
No.
I say no.
Yes.
You got a yes on Timmy?
That's the one that I think. But I'm gonna say no.
Oh, but Tim?
Steph Curry didn't come in to play with David Robinson. He played it with nobodies.
I'll say this again. Everybody that you named so far, if they were on you defensively, like that's not the match. You want to pass the ball. Steph is the only guy. If he's checking you, you're looking to score. So, but no, Tim Duncan's not better than Tim Duncan.
All right, so let's keep it pushing.
Y'all were like acting like we're talking about one-on-one, bro. But
All right, wait, so where we at? We had Tim Duncan. We had LeBron. That's 2. We had
Shaq, Kobe, Kareem.
Shaq, Kobe, Kareem. All right, so now we started getting into ones that can probably be debated a little bit. Is he better than Olajuwon?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I say no, bro.
Oh,
It's hard.
Olajuwon only got like 1 chip.
Olajuwon might be the greatest defensive player of all time.
Could stop Jordan.
Jordan couldn't stop him. What the heck?
Jordan got the chips though.
Bro, people don't go.
Hakeem got 2, not 1 though.
Hakeem got 2.
All right, go ahead, throw up that B comment because he's definitely better than Bill Russell.
Okay, boom. So that's 6 now. Because 3 of us, it was 3-1 again. Bill Russell, I say no, bro.
Hell no.
You can't give him over Bill Russell, bro. Like, I can't.
Bill Russell was playing against garbage men, man.
Oh, come on. All right, JJ Redick. Fuck out of here.
Going against painters and
then
cherry
I'm giving him
pickers.
Bill Russell. I gotta also give Will Chamberlain, right? Like we gonna say Steph better than Will Chamberlain?
No, I won't say that.
No.
That's crazy. Y'all defend Will Chamberlain, but like Bill Russell's better than Will Chamberlain, but that's a whole nother.
Whoa. I didn't say that Curry was better than Bill Russell. The
I
man
thought
got
you,
11 rings.
I thought you told me the old heads was saying that Wilt was really better than Bill. B.
Yeah, man. I have my old heads have said that. I have heard old heads say that.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Bill was just on the right squad.
Bill
He
was
was
that dude
he
though.
was working for the for
Bro,
you know.
didn't Bill average 20 rebounds a game?
Yeah,
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah, but Will Chamberlain led the
Going
league in assists
crazy.
just because he wanted to, bro.
Yeah, but Bill got MVPs. Bill got hella chips, man. Bill Russell got chips as a coach.
No, but Will
The man
Chamberlain
went to the
scored
bench as
100
a
points,
coach and
but
became a chip.
he scored 100 points in the game.
Yeah, but and it's not even on wax. You can't even run the tape.
And that's the crazy
That's
part.
fair. That's
There's
fair.
been a couple athletes that drop 100 in a game. You know what I'm saying? Will did it in the league, but it's been a couple guys
Right.
100.
In the
So that's
pros though,
that's 7 or 8.
That's about 8 right there, and
All right.
I'm not even bringing up Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So then we
And
got to talk
Magic
about
and Larry Bird.
right. Then we got to talk about Larry Bird. He's the next one where it's like, okay, do you think Steph Curry is better than Larry Bird? And that's
Fuck no.
what we need to talk about is the
It's not
fact
even
that
debatable.
what we
Fuck
need to
no.
talk about is the fact that the level of play that's currently going on in the NBA and the skill level is much better than 8 out of 10 of these guys that you name. Steph Curry is playing against much better competition than 10 out of 10 of all these guys that you just named.
No, sir. No, sir. Because there's a couple guys on that list that would have scored 75 on on Steph.
We're not talking about going one-on-one, T. Can you
Talk
get over
about
this?
the-
We're talking about the greatness of them within the
Yeah,
5-on-5 game
yo,
of basketball,
so
bro.
you think someone's gonna hold down Bill Russell?
No, this Bill Russell wasn't a scorer.
Bill Russell don't hold down shit. What are you talking about, bro? Do you know
But
anything?
defensively, I'm saying defensively, you think someone's gonna stop him from doing what he was doing defensively? Because clearly the man won 11 with averaging 10 points a game.
All right, here's my
So the man didn't even need to score. The man showed you
unpopular opinion
defensively
on
he
Bill
was
Russell.
unstoppable.
Man, Bill Russell played in today's game. You know who he'd be like? He'd be like Andre Drummond. So let's stop talking about Bill Russell. Please,
Oh, this nigga.
yeah, that's disrespectful.
please.
I
He
know
How
is
you
he's
nothing
gonna
calling
but
him
disrespect
Andre
the legends,
Drummond.
bro?
he ain't nothing but Andre Drummond.
Bro,
Come
Bill
on.
Russell got 11 rings when tennis shoes didn't have soles. You just had laces and material. You
Bro,
know,
y'all disrespecting the legends, bro.
With
Yo, and
Chucks.
that's yo. This is the thing about
With
yo.
Chucks. He won rings with Chucks on. That's crazy.
People think that like shit was that much different. I don't think it was as different as people make it seem, bro. Personally,
Bro. If Andre Drummond played in that period, he'd be Bill Russell too. That's all I'm saying.
bro, there were Andre Drummonds in that period. You know what they ended up being? They ended up being Andre Drummond.
No, it ended up being Bill Russell.
They got big random bums back then too.
Not
They
a
was like,
random bump. No, first of all, put some respect on.
now it's not like every single.
Nah,
Wait,
nah,
hold
nah,
on,
nah,
hold on.
nah.
It's
Put
not
some
like
respect
every
on the
single
game of
black player in
basketball.
the NBA at that
Put some
time was just an
respect.
all-time great, bro.
Bro,
It's not
look
like
at the,
it's not like it was just like you know what I'm saying. Bill
y'all
Russell.
boys love stats and analytics. Please look at the stats and analytics on the way that the way that this man Drummond rebounds. He is by far the best rebounder in possibly in the history of the league. All right, so do your research on the stats since y'all love stats so much.
all I care about is offensive rebound. Bill Russell played in the era. I might have to take Bill Russell out, bro.
Thank
I
you.
don't know
He
if I can
played in
take
the
that out.
era where the best athletes went to war. Like they sent all the athletes to Vietnam.
So basically, you saying that he was playing against diluted player pool, right?
Yeah, pretty much he's playing against like,
Okay.
not garbage men, but in this
Bro,
era, the guys that work at Foot Locker.
Bill ran off 11 chips in the same era that Will Chamberlain played basketball, bro.
Okay. Will Chamberlain was obviously worried about other things.
I'm hating on Bill, but I think my
Now
point.
Wilt was young when Bill was on this stuff, the same way Kareem was young when Wilt was really cooking. But at the same time, bro, he won those against. It's not like just every player. They were random bums at that time too. Now I don't mean to say bums, but just random big men that made it to the league. Like it's not
I'm
like everybody was Bill Russell. Like Bill Russell was different, bro.
I'm gonna just say this, bro. I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to put you in the top 10 if you're not a two-way basketball player. I've seen Steve Kerr hide Steph Curry on defense countless times. I've seen Fred Van Vliet go crazy on Steph. I've seen guys light Steph up. So that's what's keeping him out of the 10 for me. Because I wanted him in the 10. I thought he was 10. But when I really thought about it, playing one side of the floor, I can't put you in the 10. Because those other guys did it on both ends of the floor night in, night out.
That's fair if you're only talking about basketball, but we're talking about greatness. So there's also other categories besides offense and defense. There's offense, there's defense, there's winning. There's a lot of other things that Steph Curry does that make him great. And it goes far beyond the basketball court.
Do you have Steph Curry above Allen Iverson?
Yes.
I think at this point you got to have him above Allen Iverson. But I don't really think he's. I don't know. Like, bro, is he really better than AI? I don't know. But
AI has no chips. Steph Curry has 4. Let's stop talking about it. Come on, move on.
Yes, but best. It's two different conversations, really, that got to be had sometimes. Best and greatest are two different conversations to me, bro. Like, I feel like greatest has to do with your overall career status and accomplishment.
We're talking about greatest, though, right?
But best, if we just comparing skills, bro, I don't know. AI might have Steph, bro. I don't
know. AI was gonna play defense. That's the coaching you talk.
What?
AI was gonna strap up.
AI.
Man, y'all must remember AI a little differently than I was remembering him, man. He was good at getting steals, bro, but he was not no great defender. Come on now. Y'all out here misremembering.
He was a lot better than Steph Curry at defense.
He was
marginally better at Steph Curry in defense because he was so much of a gambler on defense. He was a defensive liability in some ways. And I remember being a Sixers fan when watching this man playing. Don't tell me about this. I watched this man my whole life, bro. This man was not a great defender. Kobe was a much better defender than Allen Iverson.
Nobody said he was a great defender, but he was a lot better than Steph Curry,
a good defender, bro.
He was a lot better than Steph Curry.
Iverson issue was he was playing shooting guard. So night in, night out, he cannot match up against the average NBA shooting guard. It's going to be 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". But he had no problem defending other teams' point guards. And obviously got a lot of steals. He still found a way to make an impact on defense.
Right. I don't know. You can't. I feel like at this point, though, Steph Curry is above AI based off accomplishments. I got to give it to him. Steph Curry is virtually unguardable, bro. I mean, Steph over KD, great one.
Yes.
Kev.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's not even close. I mean, it's close, but it's only close from a skill perspective. KD is probably the most talented basketball player we've ever seen play the game.
But KD's the greatest scorer of all time right now, but
he's a better defender too.
Yeah, he's 6'10", 6'11", so yeah.
That's what sucks, man. All right, let's go through it. Scrub, yes or no?
Steph yeah.
Over KD.
Over KD, yeah.
G, Steph over KD.
Steph.
T, Steph over KD.
No way.
I'm also with you, T. I cannot give Steph over KD personally.
No way.
I can't do it. Now, I'll say this, yo. If it stays like this, if it stays like it is now, bro, 10 years later, it's gonna look like Steph over KD. That's how history is gonna look. So KD, give me one more, bro. Give me one more at least, bro. You need one more because if not, it's gonna look. You know how time distorts things a little bit, and chips and rings distort things a little bit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I believe that Charles Barkley, if he was in the finals, would have went out there and punished the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was Charles Barkley versus the Celtics, he would have went out there and punished.
The Suns would have lost.
You know why I say that though too? Because Steph Curry won 2 MVP back to back, and one of them was unanimous. KD didn't do that.
That's a good point.
Bro,
KD didn't do that.
If you put KD on this Warriors team instead of Steph, they sweep Boston.
But that's not what what is. We're talking about what happened. What really happened here in reality, Steph is better than KD.
You're missing a part of the hypothetical though.
Steph is a way better role player than KD.
If KD was on the Warriors instead of Steph, then they'd all have a bad attitude. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. That's the first difference. That's the first difference, bro. And that's why Steph Curry's
more likable. Yes.
They'd all have a bad attitude. They'd all be fucking around like Kyrie Irving and shit.
And then you think Poole would be the player he is now if KD was on that team?
Become the ideal destination for guys like Ben Simmons. Like that's what happens when KD's your leader. Okay, you create a culture of.
No, don't say that neither. Come on now.
They
Come on.
disrespecting KD.
Nah, he bugging. I ain't that
culture.
disrespectful.
Bad culture.
What I'm gonna say is,
gas. We talk about the culture. I'm talking about that's a bad culture, bro. KD don't know how to create a good culture. He creates toxic company culture.
How?
KD gonna go.
How not? Has he ever created a I mean, it's like you got to be able to do it. You got to be able to show you could do it. All right, he's been able to show he could be an auxiliary piece to a great team. Yeah, when he was at Golden State and the culture was built around him. What we had two guys going to each other's necks, and he decided, hey, it's better to get going than try to make it work here. Okay, that's fine. Then he went to the Nets, and his reason for going to the Nets was so he could create his own legacy, right? So he could move on, so he could win his own thing, right? He brought Kyrie with him. Now I'm saying he brought James Harden with him. That didn't work out. Now we swapping the things up. Now we talking about Kyrie might leave. And now when it's KD just standing there by himself with Joe Harris, whoever, it don't even matter who he's standing next to. The last 2 seasons, I've seen KD miss the biggest shots that mattered in the biggest moments. And I've seen Steph Curry hit the shots that mattered in the moments, and he holding up the trophy. So don't talk to me about Steph Curry versus KD, bro, because the proof is in the pudding.
You seen KD have one bad series.
The last two
Hold
seasons in a row.
Let's be real, bro. Let's be real. Until this year, Steph never had any really marquee finals moments, yo. Honestly, the biggest moment I remember from Steph in the finals is when he tried to throw that goofy ass behind the head pass against Bron and them, and ended up throwing it out of bounds and gave the Cavs the ball, and they came back and scored and stole the series. Like I think at that time Golden State was still up one game. But that's my biggest Steph Curry finals memory until this year. So I feel like Steph Curry is that guy that really was leading the finals. Nah, I think KD carried 2 of those finals. You know what I'm saying? KD was the go-to guy for those 2 finals. And in that first finals, Andre Iguodala won the finals MVP. You know what I'm saying? So
that's some bullshit. I can tell by your tone that you know it's some bullshit.
I don't, bro, because I watched them finals and I watched Iguodala's contribution, man. Not only did he, play a valiant defense on LeBron James.
Valiant defense. LeBron James had the best individual scoring performance of anybody in the finals. We giving Finals MVP for getting. But
in the crucial moment, in a lot of crucial moments, he stopped them, and that's a fact. Including the last.
So hold on. The only reason why I'm gonna say Steph over KD is for the simple one reason: can Poole be who he is now if KD was on that squad? And I don't personally think we will see that about Poole.
I mean, that's a different conversation, though. But
these are my solo reasons why. Because look, Steph Curry took a step back so that Poole could flourish.
And Steph Curry showed them the game.
Up. And I don't think KD is that kind of a leader that will let someone like Poole flourish.
All right, let me ask you another question, guys. How many young players do y'all know that played with KD that became better playing with KD?
I thought the entire,
name one.
Listen to me. I thought the entire Brooklyn Nets roster, aside from Kyrie, played better with KD because those guys are trash.
Okay, yeah. So he made trash play better. Okay,
Bro,
so that's fair.
Bruce Brown was having great nights. This guy, like some of those guys, would never be heard of. They wouldn't even be in the roster.
My man know about the tunnel.
I think ultimately that those guys had great nights because the roster and the construction of the team was it's like a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one factory. All they do is play one-on-one basketball. They don't got guys showing up most nights. So yeah, Bruce Brown could go off most nights because Kyrie Irving doesn't show up to his games. That's the culture you created.
That's the greatest thing that happened to Steph Curry, right?
Ben Simmons hasn't played a single game for the Brooklyn Nets.
Whoa. He didn't play. No, don't even say that because he didn't play a single game for you guys, for you bum ass Sixers fans. Chill the fuck out. Don't say that. Don't you bring that trash to KD. It came from Philly. Philly's trash anyways. What you talking about?
Like energy attracts like energy. Hey, look, at least we show up to games. We fucking off during the games. That's one thing. All right, we got guys like James Harden. Y'all have guys like Ben Simmons. All right, it is what it is. But that's the culture you're creating. I'm not saying that
he didn't create that culture. He came in like that.
I ain't saying the Sixers got good culture. It's not about us. It's not a Sixers conversation. Our culture is terrible. Our culture's terrible. Ask Jimmy Butler about our culture, all right? But I'm saying KD ain't never built no winning culture. Steph Curry, he has a place where young players can come and they can flourish and they can develop.
Bro, that is Mark Jackson.
It's not about him.
That's Mark Jackson and Steve Kerr building that roster.
Does the leader not get no credit, bro?
No, what do you mean?
And when you talk about leader, you talking about Draymond. No one says Steph Curry's the leader of that team. And when everybody talks about the way that the pulse of that team is Draymond.
That's how you know Steph's a great leader. That's how you know Steph great. The fact that you think that all these other guys are the leader is a perfect definition of why he's a great leader. Because great leaders create more great leaders. Make you think that everyone's a leader. That's the point.
All right, bro. I'm gonna stop smoking with you smoking.
I've been reading the 48 Laws of Power, the Art of War.
You feel me? It's like they said in that music video. They said, you know, you gotta make him hard to spot the general by working like a soldier, you know, and that's why Steph Curry. That's what he do. He be in the trenches with the rest of the guys. Y'all here scrapping for rebounds with Al Horford, dirty ass. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, I'm not even gonna entertain that comment. You know what? It is what it is.
You know what? Yeah, I feel you. I don't know, man. The Steph, it's polarizing. Steph Curry is a polarizing guy. I think that's the thing that we've seen here, man.
Al Horford called it straight.
You call him dirty? Wow.
No, that's a dirty play. That was a dirty play. Nobody was talking about that. Steph Curry took the hit and he bounced back and with grace. With grace. You ain't seen him complain about the call being dirty. With grace. It's LeBron could never, bro. Gas presents sports for the culture.
Good ass sports. I don't know nothing about those sports, but I know they good ass sports.